If you're just hearing about digital real estate, let me give you guys the outline of the steps that I follow every single time. It's very, 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 very simple. It's a 7-step process. I will never skip a step in this process. Step 1, pick the right city and niche. I know that people are like, oh, here we go again. This, in my opinion, might be the most important step in the entire process, because if you do it incorrectly, you're screwed. There are certain criteria that need to be checked with inside of a niche. And when would you pick a niche? Because we all know that I talk about concrete a lot. That's a good niche. So how do you pick a city? You have to have certain things. You have to have the right cost per click, because if we're going to run ads, you got to have the right cost per click. You got to have the right competition. You got to know how to find the keywords so that you can actually look at the competition properly, which I didn't know. How do you quickly identify a state to look at? You got to start thinking, what's going to happen when winter comes? Is this a seasonal niche? I don't care if it takes you a month to figure out the right city. It better not take you a month. It is that important. Step number 2, build a list. Build a list of business owners that would pay for your leads. If I find a city that's amazing, it's low competition, it's low cost per click, all the boxes are checked, and I go and build a list, and there's no business owners that are willing to pay for leads, I'm out. I don't care how good it is, because if no one's willing to buy your product in that city, I don't want to mess with it. There's too much easier money to be made. The only people that go on that list are people who are already paying for advertising. Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Google Ads. But if I can't find a couple people paying for advertising, I'm out, dude. I'm just not doing it. I'm making sure everyone is a home run. I'm not doing this game of do 100 and hope 60 hit. Nope. If I'm doing 100, all 100 are going to hit. And this also allows you to A, know if there's actually somebody that's going to be willing to pay for your leads, but B, when leads start coming in, you know who to call. Step 3, this is where it gets a little bit fun. If you have a website right now, you need to make sure that the city you chose was actually a good city. And I have a whole criteria for that as well. But if that checks out, then what you can do is you can actually use your website. But if you don't worry, because I don't do that either. But what we do is we go and we build a very, very simple landing page, a very, very, very down and nasty, grimy, just boom, phone number. I have specific criteria of how I build my sites. There's certain things that need to be in certain places. And how do I know this? Because I've tested it, because I've spent $1.25 million on advertising. That's how I know what that landing page needs to look like. Don't overthink it. Throw up a website, little one pager, get a tracking number on there, then go to Google Ads. Set up a Google Ad and push traffic to that one page website or to your existing website if it checks all the boxes. And here's the magic. You're gonna start getting freaking phone calls. Now, all of these things, this is my process. I'm giving you the overview. There's a lot to this, okay? I'm just giving you the overview. This is a simple process, but there are very specific things that you need to do within each of these steps or you will lose money. And now we have leads coming in. So that's the first 3 steps. And then what we do is we go to step 4. Step 4 is what we call the hook. We actually take the list, we take the leads that are coming in and we call a business owner and we get them on the hook and we let the business owner know, hey, Mr. Business Owner, I already see that you're paying for advertising. That's why I'm calling you. What if I give you 3 or 4 of these leads? By the way, I'm going to give you one right now, even if you say no. And then we talk about business. Make no mistake, I am here to earn your business. I'm not here to pretend to be something else. I'm here to earn your business. But before we do that, Mr. Business Owner, let me give you a couple. Why don't you taste it, touch it, smell it, feel it. Make sure you like it before we even talk about money, before you waste a second with me. How do you feel about that? Who's going to say no to that? Step number 5, we send the free leads. And there is a specific way to do this. There's a specific way not to do this. And I will tell you, I've tried them all. And the best way to do this is doing a live transfer. You answer the lead, you talk to the lead, you call the business owner, you patch them together. And by doing this, it allows you to send fewer leads and close more deals for higher ticket prices. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much of that because that's what I teach in my program, but that is what I do is I teach a very specific way to do a live transfer, and I teach of how to do it, when to do it, and how many leads need to be sent, but you need to send a couple of free leads. Step number 6, overcoming objections. I call this the setup. This is where the deal is actually closed. All the sales guys out there right now, Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, all these celebrity salespeople, if you want to call them that, they talk about overcoming objections. When the customer says this, you say this. I don't do that. I did that when I did door-to-door sales. We sat at the kitchen table and I told them the price and I said, let's do the deal. And they said, I got to talk to my pet parrot and my mom and my dad. And I did all that. I'm not doing that. I do not overcome objections. I eliminate objections. Very important difference between overcoming objections and eliminating. When you're overcoming, it's already there and you have to overcome it. You have to post-emptively overcome it. When you do what I do, you eliminate the objection before it even becomes an objection. objection. I call it the setup. So what we do, what I teach is we list all possible objections. We have very strategic ways that we overcome every potential objection that could come up with the business owner when we have the conversation about doing business. That's step number 6. And step number 7 is you close the deal. And dude, to be honest, I think step number 6 is way more work. Step number 6 is where the money is actually made. Step number 7, you hop onto a Zoom call. Well, in my program, I give an exact script. You go through the script, you ask for the credit card using some assumption closes, some option closes, and you do the deal. That 7-step process, guys, is the process I have been using since 2020. And guess what's dope? I keep changing it. I keep tweaking it. I'm trying to make it shorter. I'm trying to make it less. And you know what's awesome? I'm in this game. I'm doing this. I'm literally today, after this is over, I'm going to be going into the office and I'm going to be sitting down with my operations person and we're going to be talking about how to add another 50 grand per month to our agency. Because I'm doing this, I'm actually building sites. I'm doing digital assets just like you guys. So guess what? When something comes up, I can speak on it. When there's a better way to transfer leads, I've already done it. When the niche that we thought was so good is no longer as good, I'm letting you guys know. So I will never on this show, will never, ever tell you anything that I haven't first done myself. Everything I'm telling you right now is from experience, from me and my students. And that's the beauty of this. That's a 7-step process. Pick a niche and city. That's got to be the right city and niche. Build the list, set up ads and a landing page, hook the business owner, send free leads, eliminate objections. Number 7, close the deal. And then guess what? There's another one. Rinse and repeat. If you can do one deal at $1,000, you can do 100. Why not? And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to go, dang, dude. And before long, some of the people that are in my program, they get their first deal and it's like $1,500 and they're like, okay, now I get it. Now, number 1, I can see that he really did hit 100K because it's not as hard as I thought it was. And B, he's not as impressive as I thought he was because I can see how, you just got to do 50 of these? I know that sounds like a lot to some of you, but guys, if you could do something 50 times and you would know that you would be making $100,000 per month of recurring income, like sign me up, dude.